This program is brought to you by the Genesis Communications Network, a world leader in talk radio since 1998. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Broadcasting and streaming live all across America. This is Home Talk USA with Michael King, where we will discuss topics pertaining to your home with industry-leading experts. Michael King is a licensed general contractor with more than 30 years of experience in home improvements and the author of Contracting with the King. Join us this hour for our segment Invent America with your co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton. Discover what's next in the home improvement industry and explore new products and innovations. Or if you have that next great big idea, learn what it takes to bring your invention to the world as Michael King and Rita Crompton talk to America's inventors and innovators. Remember, the America of tomorrow is being invented today. We invite you to visit us at HomeTalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, we proudly present Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country, Home Talk USA, with your host, the Cajun contractor, Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
Yeah, hey, welcome. That's right. This is the Home Talk USA Radio Network. This is Invent America, where we talk to inventors and entrepreneurs. We kind of dedicate this hour to them. Along with my sidekick, she's on the line right now, Miss Rita Crompton, the Inventor Lady. Hey, Miss Rita, how you doing? We need to welcome America to the show.
We do, and we do Invent America because America invents, right?
That's right. But Rita, we've got a jam-packed hour. We're going to be talking to some amazing inventors and basically trying to find solutions to new issues. So tell us a little bit about our show, and then I want to talk to you about inventors, how they really are amazing, and they are finding the solutions to new issues. I know being organic is a big deal these days, and I want to talk about that. But before we get to that, let's talk about the people that we got coming up that we're going to be talking to.
Absolutely. Well, our first guest is going to be Bruce and Melanie Thomas. They work as a team, and they have invented a garden cleaner, tool cleaner, that is all organic. John Bilby is the father of Greaseco. He has got a new cleaner for the grill that is not flammable. I mean, you talk about, getting into trouble out there with that gas grill, and you're trying to clean it, and all of a sudden it's igniting and going up in smoke. No pun intended. And then our industry expert today is Kevin Cody. He's with FLI Products. And he licenses and is a reseller of a lot of these organic products. So a great cast today. And part of it is, we focus so much these days on biodegradable and being organic and stuff that is friendly to our environment. And it just seemed appropriate that we needed to be able to talk about this on the show and what these everyday people are doing. It's absolutely amazing.
It really is amazing. I mean, these inventors that we talk to each week, they are finding the solutions of the future to the new issues that keep popping up. And as you said, being organic is big these days. And why? Why is being organic has really, I can remember 10 years ago it was green. Everybody wanted to be green. And this is why we want to save the earth. And, the world's coming to an end if we don't protect the environment. You keep hearing all these things. But it looks like the planet just keeps reinventing itself. So with that being said, why do you think that organic thing is really getting some steam right now?
Well, I think some of it is that, the population has grown so much that you can't just keep dumping stuff. I mean, when the pioneers were coming across, our land, they would dump it and move on. And now you can't because there's somebody, upstream, downstream that's going to, bear the burden of that. And so we see that happening on more and more that you can't just keep dumping stuff into a landfill. It has got to, biodegrade. And so we see a lot more of those types of products. And we're lucky. We're lucky that, when someone says, oh, this is a problem, there's somebody else out there that's saying, oh, I can fix this. I was absolutely amazed at how many products that we have in our lineup that are environmentally friendly, biodegradable, organic. And so it's mind-blowing how creative our inventors can be.
Well, it's amazing that a lot of the products we talk about here and inventions are here was not really maybe, say, done out of necessity with the original thought. It just happened because they were trying to find that particular technology. It wasn't available, or the technology really was not that good, which gives them the idea to come up with these products on these ideas of, maybe there's just nothing out there like it, or, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just being invented by accident. You know what I mean?
That is very true. And sometimes it's kind of forced on you. Lead fishing, a lot of people go fishing in this country, and lead waste will be outlawed in 2025 in America. Several states have already outlawed them. Europe has already outlawed lead waste because they contaminate the water. Well, now we've got somebody that's paying attention to that, and they think, oh, we can do this better. And they have invented now a fishing weight, not a lead weight anymore, because it's biodegradable.
Wow.
And I just think that is the coolest thing.
The
weights are going to always fall off. You're going to lose some of them, and now they don't contaminate the water.
Now, I'm kind of getting off track here just for a second, but I wanted to always mention this to you. I'm amazed. We got these trade shows coming up. In another couple months, 2-3 months, it's trade show time, and I'm excited to get out there and visit the booths. But I'm going to be honest with you, each year it just kind of amazes me. It's one of the most exciting times I have is because I get to, see, touch, feel, and hold. And I can remember during the 3 years of COVID, man, it was horrible sitting here in the studio and talking about technology and not getting out there and actually seeing the technology firsthand. Because me and you, we experience this because we see it before it actually hits the market. We know it's coming up the pike. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly. It's like, I started doing this. I would give as Christmas gifts to my family the products that were not even on the shelf yet. They were just getting out there. And my son-in-law was like, we got what from your mother? And then he started getting into these. He goes, what are we getting this year from your mother? And because he was getting then the things that weren't even in the marketplace. And so it's funny. I go, my house, I go to either one of my daughter's homes, and I see all the different inventor products that they have gotten over the years from my inventors. And it's like, oh, we need a couple of those. We've got another gentleman coming up, and my daughter said, I need 2 of those. How fast can we get this deal done? And so we've had some wonderful inventions that have been done over the last 17 years that I've been doing this. And we see how, as our times change, our needs change. And so we get these inventors that say, oh, I can do that. Oh, let me see if I can do that. And they come up with brilliant, absolutely brilliant ideas.
Well, thank you again, my friend. Just stay tuned. I'm talking to Rita Crompton. You're listening to the Invent America show on the Home Improvement Broadcasting Network. We are streaming live on the World Wide Web on the Genesis Communication Radio Network at gcnlive.com. When we come back, we're going to have Bruce and Melanie Thomas. We're going to be talking about the Prune Master. So stay tuned right here. I am the Cajun man from the Bayou Land alone with my sidekick, Rita Crompton, the Inventor Lady. Y'all stay tuned, and we hope to see y'all shortly. Yay! Don't go nowhere.
Home Talk USA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HomeTalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, back to Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country. Home Talk USA with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
All right, welcome back. We are streaming live on the World Wide Web on the Genesis Communication Radio Network. This is episode 1056 and counting to the big countdown. Rita, we got that big countdown going on. And but hey, who's our first guest?
Our first guest today is Bruce and Melanie Thomas. Bruce has been a professional landscaper, gardener, but he always wanted, an easier way to clean, sanitize, and lubricate those pruning tools. So he worked on it, experimented with a bunch of chemicals, and found a better way to do it. So Melanie now is taking on the marketing and advertising and doing the sales. So it's not unusual that I talk to a team, and one is good at the kind of the garage stuff, and the other one is good at the social media stuff. And the two make a wonderful product and get the job done. So Bruce, I believe, is going to answer the first couple of questions. But guys, thank you so much for being on with us today. We really appreciate it.
Our pleasure, Rita. Thank you.
So tell us about Prune Master. Tell our listeners what it does, and then tell them the website, too.
Prune Master is a trademark-registered organic fluid spray that makes pruning shears and saws cut better, last longer, and prevent spread of plant disease from diseased plant to pruning tool to healthy plant. Prune Master will clean, stop rust, lubricate, and sanitize hard surfaces in one step. The formula of Prune Master is a trade secret, and more information is available at easypruning.com, which is EZPRUNING.com.
So why was organic so important to you? I mean, there's cleaning stuff out there, and you could have put together some things that were designated just for, tools for pruning, but why was organic important?
Because I grow plants, harvest plants, and I prune and trim plants with pruning shears and saws. Our company, Be Green Incorporated, is health conscious. We prefer not to be part of chemicals that are not considered to be organic. The EPA has registered our product as an organic antimicrobial pesticide. The active ingredient is thymol. The EPA has designated thymol as an organic material, generally regarded as safe. Our motto is healthy plants, healthy people, healthy planet.
There you go. Well, we do a lot of pruning now that we've been up here in the forest, and I am growing things everywhere, or the forest grows it. We do find ourselves cutting a lot of things back and keeping, everything looking good. And my husband is always after me, did you clean it? Did you clean it? And now I can say, I cleaned it, I sanitized it, and I lubricated it. Leave me alone. But, we do pay a lot of attention up here. We live right above the French Broad River, and, when you start thinking now of all of those chemicals that would, all right, so you use it a little bit, your neighbor uses a little bit, and then pretty soon you're right. You take it in, you put it in your salad, and the next thing you know, you don't feel well.
That's right. Interesting enough, you mentioned salad, Rita. You can actually spritzer our product. Now, this sounds kind of funny. You can spritzer our product on salad because all of the ingredients are food-grade ingredients.
Well, that's so funny because the gentleman coming on after, he's the same way. And I used to, when I would demo his product, I'd spray it on my hand and lick it off. And everybody go, oh, my God, I can't believe you just did that. And I said, now watch this. Watch it take this red wine out of this carpet. And it was amazing what you can actually do with the spices in your kitchen. Most people don't, spices, it makes everything taste good. But there's a lot of things in your kitchen that can be used for a lot more than just seasoning your food. Which
is thyme. The herb thyme is a derivative of the active ingredient Thymol.
There you go. Okay, thank you for making that connection. I didn't. And that's wonderful to know. I've got a whole garden full of thyme.
All right, I'm getting excited, Rita. We have parsley, rosemary, and thyme.
Not all in our.
That's what, like I said, I've got a whole herb garden full of basically those three. So what's your next step, Melanie? What's your goal? What are you trying to accomplish? Besides selling a wonderful product, but how do you get more?
Thank you. Currently, we're selling Prune Master in California and online, and we package it in a 4-ounce spray pump bottle for small pruning tools. But for larger tools, we're excited to launch Prune Master in a 32-ounce trigger spray bottle, which is slated for spring of 2024.
Excellent. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we get your website, easypruning.com, up on our site. And then what we're going to do is, do some video with you guys probably next week so that we can match that up and get you streaming out on all the different platforms that we stream our radio show on. So people can actually then be able to find you easily when they hear the broadcast and, understand how important it is these days. I mean, we've kind of come into a new era of, that consciousness of organic and biodegradable and, being environmentally friendly seemed to be kind of a 10,000-foot term. But people know better now what organic means. It means you could spritz it on your salad and live to tell about it, right?
Yes. Right. Would you like to hear our jingle?
There you go.
Okay.
Prune Master, spray it on and wipe it off. Prune Master, spray it on and wipe it off.
A dirty tool is a dull tool.
Made in the USA.
Excellent. So how long have you guys been working on this?
Well, that's kind of a trick question. Bruce has been working on it for years. He actually had the product under a different name, and we did our test marketing on that. So we've been together a little over a year and a half, and since I came on board, we've been going full time on it. So it's a trick question.
I can expand on that a little bit, Rita. I had another product that I rebranded with a new formula that works better than the old formula.
All right. Well, we're going to save that. We're going to save that for when we do the video, and that will be Chapter 2 in Easy Prune. So, everyone, thank you so much to our guests for being on the show today. And if you are an inventor with a new product, check us out. Get your search done. If you need a service provider, let me know. And join us on inventamerica.info, where all of our programs are streaming. Talk to you all in a few minutes. Stick with us for our next guest.
USA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HomeTalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, back to Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country. Home Talk USA with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
Hey, America. America out there, if you are working on a product and you need someone to help you with the manufacturing stages, our sponsors, Kicker Design and Product Quick Start, two different sponsors, we are very grateful to them, and they are wonderful at what they do. So if you are in those stages of needing someone to help you with manufacture, go to our website, Invent America, sorry about that, inventamerica.info, and our sponsors are listed right there at the top, and you can find them and get the help you need. If you need something else, let me know. So our topic today is organic. It is amazing how much our economy now is focused on organic and biodegradable. Our next guest is John Bilby. John has been on before. Thank you, John, so much. He's got a wonderful product that my entire family uses and has for a long time. It is called Greaseco, and today he's going to be talking about Aunt Sarah's Grillin Cleaner. And if you go to his website, buy Greaseco, and there's no E on the end of grease, buy Greaseco, then you will be able to find the different products. And he's got a whole series of products from everything, and they are generally made out of spices in the kitchen. You could spray it on your hand and lick it off. John, thank you so much for being with us today.
You're welcome. Glad to be here.
So you've been doing this now for a few years. How did you get, you were doing organic before organic was really a big deal. How did you get started in this?
Well, I've been around the grocery business, meat business, automotive business, all kinds of greases and oils and stuff. And everything you had was either harmful, flammable, it was just nasty stuff. And I always thought that there was a way that we could clean anything with food products. So I started reading labels and started buying products, ingredients, and started putting them together. And my golly, I finally came up with Greaseco, which is made for the automotive industry that would clean oils and greases for automotive, and also it does even work on protein greases. So we got started with that, and then from that Greaseco, we've kind of went and redesigned some of the products, and they're all safe, water-based, and non-flammable products.
Well, I find that really a big deal with the one that cleans the grill, the Grillin cleaner, that it's not flammable because, a lot of times you go out there and you don't realize that, it's still hot or whatever, and the last thing you need to do is spray on a hot grill something that's going to blow up.
Right. I was using Greaseco on the grill, and one of my customers came to me, which was using Greaseco, and he says, I need something just a little bit stronger. Can you come up with another product? And so with doing some research, R&D, I came up with Aunt Sarah's Best Grillin Cleaner. It is also food safe, water-based, non-flammable. It has about a 10 pH to it, so it's easy on the hands. I lick it too, so it works. They're cuts of greases. It is so easy to use. It works best on a warm grill. What I do is I put the steak on, I go in and eat the steak. Time I get done, I come out, the grill's warm, I spray it on, and I normally use paper towel to wipe it off. You can use a hose to rinse or whatever you want to do to rinse it, but since it is food safe, you really don't have to wash it down like all the others. And then also it works on cast iron, in steel and stainless steel. But I
want to give a bit of a shout-out for this because my entire family has been using Greaseco for years. And right. I had some company over one night, and this lady was just absolutely so embarrassed. She spilled a glass of red wine on a very light white carpet. And I go, oh, watch this. And I sprayed that with Greaseco, and that came up. And she was like, where can I get a bottle of that? So, there's been so many times when we have used it and just really appreciated people's reaction to it. And so we've enjoyed it tremendously. My sister, her son would just come in covered in grease. She would actually dilute the grease go in a bucket of water, soak it, and save it. She could use it over and over and over again.
Right. Yeah, you can. It is. It can be diluted and used. It works great that way. There's no shelf life to it. All the greases and oil comes to the top. You can skim it and reuse it. It's amazing product. It really is.
It is. My mother had gone up to her church. A crew, got together. The ladies volunteered to clean the kitchen, and they were up there, and they were wearing masks and everything. And they were older ladies, and they had to use masks, and they were breathing these fumes in. And she goes, "We are going home. Everybody is going home. Give me 3 days." And that's when I called you and had a couple of gallons of that stuff sent to my mother. And they went back up there, and she said, "Watch this." And she sprayed those cupboards and those walls, and that grease ran down. They wiped it off, and everybody else wanted to know where she got that magic stuff, and they were going to order their own.
Right. That was good. I do remember. Yes.
Lots of good stories. So what is your ultimate goal at this point?
Right at this point, my goal is to retire. I'm 81 years old, and I do want to sell or get some younger, more energetic people involved. So that's the ultimate goal. I have proof that the product works and is safe. So
it is. Well, and we're working on that sale part with Kevin Cody. He's our next guest with FLI Products. So, John, thank you very, very much. We need to run. And a big shout out to our network, Genesis Communication Network. Thank you so much for giving us a home so we can talk to all of the American inventors out there. And stay with us, because now we have our industry expert coming up, and we're going to ask him a few questions.
Thank you.
USA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HomeTalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, back to Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country, Home Talk USA, with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
Hello, America, and all of our inventors out there. Our guest for this next segment is Kevin Cody. He is the founder of FLI Products, and they have got a huge variety of products. Yeah, kind of niched on some specific consumer areas, but very deep coverage then on those products. And the website is FLIProducts.com. Kevin, after multiple decades of being in manufacturing, distribution, and retail, you have seen things change and shift over the years, right?
Absolutely, multiple decades. By the way, sounds kind of old, but
we've met. I'm older than you are, so you're good on this one. So tell us a little bit about FLI Products and what you do, and then we want to hear from you about how things have kind of shifted over the last 15 years to go more into that biodegradable organic.
Absolutely. So, FLI Products comes along
outside smaller companies really to help them develop and market products. And in particular, since COVID, we have been exposed to a variety of products, particularly in cleaning and other chemical type products. One product in particular being a company with oil background, oil exploration and cleaning background. And they were asked by the city of Houston, for instance, to develop a product that they could get out to all of the municipalities in Texas. And the result was a brand new whole assortment of products that they brought to market, all citrus-based delaminine, natural products that were hand sanitizers and surface cleaners and degreasers and a variety of others. And the one overriding component feature of the product was that it's all natural, and it works. So through their own scientists in chemistry, not looking and having been in the consumer packaged goods business, really they were industrial related, developed a brand new awesome assortment of products that really bring a whole new level of the natural, sustainable type of products to market. So it's been exciting to work with them on that.
Well, it was funny because we had on the first segment of the show, we had Bruce and Melanie Thomas, and they do Prune Master, which is a biodegradable organic cleaner for tools. And then we had on John Bilby with Greaseco. And the one line that both of them used, it's like, well, you could spray it on your salad and eat it, and you would be good to go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And so it's so interesting to watch these things.
Yeah, there was an interesting application that developed out of it, too. As you know, I live in East Tennessee, and we've had these bees, boring bees, and through discovery that boring bees don't like citrus, we came up with a solution for spraying all the wood, exposed wood that we have for the boring bees, and they just stay away.
Wow. I know a few people in Eastern Tennessee that need some of that.
You know. And so the laminine-based citrus product is just a really neat solution to all sorts of cleaning, and it's something that everybody's talking about in terms of sustainability because it's all natural.
Well, and when they're all natural, we don't have to worry about the water table. We don't have to worry about pets getting into it. It's amazing how much overlap, just in being concerned about, the environment, that we have now so many other things that it touches that are positive.
Right. Yep. And great things to come in the future.
It is, absolutely. So I will be talking with you soon. Thank you so much for being on today. I know our listeners appreciate your insight to the products. We are very grateful. And everyone, stick with us. We've got it. You're welcome, and thank you for being here. We've got another segment coming up and some information to give to everyone out there. Stick with us.
USA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HomeTalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, back to Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country. Home Talk USA with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
Thank you, everyone, so much for being with us today. You can go and find all of our episodes on inventamerica.info. And I had a gentleman call me on Saturday. He goes, I just got done listening to your show. Can you help me? So, yes, I do answer my phone. My phone number is out there. You can reach me at Rita at inventorlady.com or inventamerica.info will bring you directly to my email. If you are starting a project and you want to ask some questions, please let me know. If you just need a brand new prototype made, get a hold of CAD Design. Scott Tarsi is one of our sponsors, and he does wonderful work with early stage inventors. Next week, we are going to be talking about early steps. What is the first thing you should pay for? So join us then. All of you inventors out there, everyone who knows an inventor. And if you're not an inventor and you just want some really cool products, go listen to our shows and click on our links because they're all listed right there. Talk to you next week, everyone. Have a wonderful week.
Home Talk USA with Michael King is produced by Home Talk Media in association with King's Broadcasting Network and Genesis Communications Network. Broadcast and streamed live from the great state of Louisiana. Host and producer, the Cajun contractor, Michael King. Executive producer, Michael Mellinson. Affiliate and sponsor relations, Joe Spera. Comptroller, Sheila Gregoire. Assistant producer, Christian Bethencourt. Board operators provided by Genesis Communications Network. And I'm your announcer, Kevin McCarthy. Music includes King's Creole by Prolific Arts, Cajun Jam by StockMusic.com, and Zydeco City by Steve Rice. Home Talk USA with Michael King is sponsored by Bonide, pest solutions for your home, garden, and lawn. Decorators, take outdoor living beyond ordinary. Aztec Washer, innovative roofing solutions. Seal it right, seal it tight. Trimislab, replace rotten or missing wood with Trimislab expansion joint repair. Masonry Cosmetics, change the color of any porous masonry with proven masonry staining. Green Products Company, #1 in wood preservatives. Preserve, protect, and clean what you value, and most of all, make it last. Bond Products, manufacturers of InstaBind, the world's first do-it-yourself carpet binding solution. Deckrite, life is tough. Make your exterior flooring tougher. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Home Talk USA with Michael King. Until next time, visit us at HomeTalkUSA.com. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com.
Yay!